all, thanks for doing this. Couple things. One is, what is it like to be here practicing with your teammates in person again? I mean, it's been since early March. Just what's that feeling like after so much isolation?
It'll be great. This is our first time being together. We haven't practiced yet. But it's just great to be around the whole group at once. We've been waiting for this moment for a long time. It just feels good. Group of great guys. And again, we just want to pick up where we left off at.
And then I know you guys have obviously a lot of incentive to get going again because of the title aspirations you have, but did you have any reservations based on George Floyd, the social justice, and there's a lot of talk about not wanting to divert the spotlight. Did you have any reservation about playing and what that might mean, or were you all in?
It was mixed emotions. I think, it was a roller coaster of whether we should play or not. I think ultimately as a young African-American, I think we have an unbelievable opportunity to use our voices. I don't necessarily think it's taken away by starting the league. I don't think it's taken away of what's the important issues in our world. I think we can still address those more so than we've done before with our platforms. I think it's just, again, another unbelievable opportunity. The spotlight is on us. We're opening back up the sports world. And, with that alone, we should have more than enough of an opportunity to get our message and our points across.
Thanks, Andrew. Om from ESPN. Go ahead, Om.
Hey, what's up, P? Good to see you again. Was wondering about how the hiatus was for you personally, health-wise. How much basketball were you able to be able to just shoot and get done? And also, how do you think the Clippers' title aspirations were impacted by the hiatus? Like, how do you guys come back? How do you feel about where you guys are coming back out of the hiatus?
I think I stayed in great shape. I had an unbelievable machine that I partnered with, Tonal. Unbelievable machine that kept me in shape, kept me, my body in the best form that I can be right now. So huge shout out to Tonal. Unbelievable product. And then for this team, man, I think our aspirations, again, this time off has given us what we needed. We had some guys that was banged up, nagging injuries. The more time just gave us, more time for us to aid those injuries and to get back to 100. So, this team has been faring well with the limited amount of practice and practice time that we've been given already. That doesn't really hurt us. That didn't really bother us in the regular season. So I don't think that time off is going to bother us now. Again, the only thing that it helped with was healing our bodies and just getting us physically ready for this last stretch.
Thanks, PG. We have two more questions. Next is Christina Pink.
Hey, just making sure you can hear me, right?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. PG, I think it was a couple weeks ago when you were talking, was the Knuckleheads podcast. You were saying the shoulder just a few weeks back, finally being able to get out of that rehab phase. So just the confidence that you have, I know you talked a little bit just about healing up during this break, but how important was it for you to have that time to fully heal and have the confidence in it again?
Yeah, I was, honestly, this whole season up until this, when I spoke about my shoulders feeling good again, really, I had some insecurities to start the season off. I had insecurities throughout the season just because I wasn't all the way 100. My shoulder didn't feel back to 100. Everything was kind of just winging it and hoping that, believing in the doctors that everything they were telling me was going to come, into this moment now where I feel great, no shoulder issues. The whole season all the way up until maybe a month or two ago, I had to always do, shoulder rehab stuff and warming the shoulder up, and just so much went into, stuff I had to do before I actually took, a foot on the floor, to where now I feel great again. I feel great just going on the court, shooting and doing regular things. So I'm really just confident into that and feeling back to myself again.
Thanks, Christina. And last question, Dan Wilkie. Go ahead, Dan.
Hey, Paul. Good to see you. The league that you're in has a 60-plus year history of advocacy and activism, whether it's players sitting out games because hotels were still segregated or protesting I Can't Breathe or Trayvon Martin and stuff like that. What do you think it is about this league's DNA that has guys kind of up for these moments? And more specifically, over this last 10 years, it feels like it's really gone to a new level with guys. Why do you think that's been?
Well, I mean, I think, you have, tremendous leaders in our league, and LeBron and Dwayne Wade, CP, Carmelo. I mean, we got unbelievable leaders that notice they have a platform and they're educated in politics and they're using their platform to get points across. I think it's only growing. I think those core guys have kind of opened that up, open especially these conversations up that we are having and that we're comfortable having. For a long time, guys were just stuck on like, hey, we play ball and that's it. Like, I don't want to get into that lane and talk politics because that's not what we do. I think those 4 guys that I named has made it comfortable for guys to step out and give their takes on politics. And, it's just unbelievable way in the league too, the partnership with the league to have our backs for us to be comfortable on doing that. I think all of collectively is just great, from players stepping up and speaking out to the NBA backing up those players. It's making for a great partnership between the two.
Great. Thanks, P. Have a good practice, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.